Hello, my name's Rian. I'm from Stratford Preparatory. Um, in my project, since Milestone 2, what I've done is I added an emotion recognition model. I created a website to show the current detections. I started logging sessions and compiling them into videos. I also created a system to ping open netcat ports on another IP address, and I also retrained a bunch of my models. So here's a little demo of how it works. Right now we're looking at the Raspberry Pi screen, and you can see that it's currently on the Streamlit website hosted by the Raspberry Pi over here. So on the main page, we can see a video feed of me, and it shows the little box around my face saying that it sees me and I'm in a neutral motion. If we go over to the downloads page here, there's a couple videos compiled of individual sessions that the Raspberry Pi has logged. So how this all works is basically in order to detect someone's face in an image, first you pull the image like from the Raspberry Pi's camera. Then what you do is you run a neural network model called an MTCNN on it, which extracts the faces and draws a bounding box around it, as you see here. Then after that, I crop it just to the face and then run my facial recognition model on this, because it doesn't make sense to run the model on the entire image, since that would confuse it, right? Because it's only a facial recognition model. Then after we're sure that, then after we've like confirmed our predictions and established that like our emotion is like this and that because we use the same process on that, then we can like get to like the rest of the pipeline. So what happens is when it sees a face, it will add it to like a directory that it creates, and after like a face hasn't been detected for a while, this directory is isolated and compiled into a video, which are all these videos you can see here. And so these are basically just like nonstop sessions of someone's face in view, and that's like a pretty simplified like definition of what goes on behind the scenes. There's also a lot more cropping and video editing that goes on, but it's like not that relevant right now. Um, some challenges that I faced. There were a lot of challenges that I faced. First of all, this is the second Raspberry Pi that I got because I'm planning on using the first one for like as a sort of client to display this on like a dedicated screen. Um, I had some issues with this. Some of my pip installs were completely broken, and I had to force reinstall them after a couple hours of debugging this because I didn't know you could break pip installs. And I also had a lot of trouble when working with Streamlit, which is this website. It's thankfully like it's all defined in Python and it does all the HTML and CSS work for you. So it's pretty easy, but due to how it's written, it's you don't really write it like Python. And I had to like learn a lot about the website like API in order to like build this properly. So yeah, Streamlit was a bit hard to work with, and I also had a lot of issues when working with the session tracking system because sometimes the videos weren't displaying properly. Sometimes the codec was wrong, so I actually had to recompile all my videos into H.264, and yeah, there were a bunch of other issues too, but I got over all of them in due time. And after this, I'm going to work on my modification, which is 3D printing a case for this camera as it is not protected at the moment. Yeah, that's all.